Hi, I'm Jeff, and welcome to another one of my videos where I take a look at all the new comic books coming out on either May 17th or 18th, 2022. And I ask myself the question, what one new comic book would I buy this week if I could buy just one book? Let's go ahead and jump right into the content of this video first by taking a look back at my pick from 2 weeks ago, which was Twig, issue number 1. And the question remains, was it a worthy and worthwhile pick to be my just one book pick of the week? The answer is yeah. Yeah, it was a worthy and worthwhile pick. I really enjoyed it. Skottie Young, with in combination with artist Kyle Strahm, created a really nice fantasy world. There were individual frames where it was Twig just journeying through this world, and I was like, wow, I really want to learn and see more about this world. In addition, as I was going through and taking in this world, this fantasy world that the two of them created, as I was reading the dialogue, I found myself smiling a lot. And that's a combination of the cute characters that I see in this story, but also the really fun and entertaining dialogue from Skottie Young. We've just scratched the surface of the story with issue number 1. There's a lot more to come, but basically our little friend Twig is going to be going on a fantasy adventure, and I now have decided officially it is a fantasy adventure that I would like to go on with him. So I absolutely will be continuing reading Twig. If you read Twig, I'd like to know what you thought about it. Let me know down in the comments. Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was too childish, or did you think it was also fun and cute and entertaining? And will you be reading it some more? All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next phase of this video by taking a look at the books that are coming out this upcoming week. Now, I'm going to be going through 4 books, 3 of which are my honorable mentions, and then finally I will be giving you my just one book pick for the week. My first honorable mention is a new book called I Hate This Place, issue number 1 from Image Comics. Here's the description. Series premiere for fans of Gideon Falls and homesick pilots. After inheriting a farmhouse, Trudy and Gabby are ready to start the next chapter of their lives together. Except it's already home to a mysterious force that's attracted ghosts, aliens, and all kinds of supernatural beings for decades. Now Gabby and Trudy must play in the house rules in order to survive living among the most frightening creatures on Earth in this new series from Kyle Starks and Artyom Toplin. Okay, so I forgot to mention, this is a kind of a slow week. This isn't a week for comic books where there's a bunch of just amazing things coming out, or even necessarily 1 or 2 extreme standouts for books to get excited about this week. So in a week that doesn't have anything really super fancy going for it, I tend to lean towards some of these indie number 1s. And this one sounds interesting to me. These 2 people inherit a farmhouse that attracts ghosts, aliens, and all kinds of supernatural beings, and has for decades. Okay, that could be a fun and interesting and entertaining story. If you're into ghosts, if you're into the supernatural, if you're into aliens, well, this book is for you. Or if you're just into people, normal everyday people who are thrust into extraordinary circumstances, that's the kind of thing that I enjoy, then this book might be for you as well. So for all those reasons, that is why this book got an honorable mention from me this week. My next honorable mention is Thor, Issue number 25 from Marvel Comics. Here's the description. Banner of War, Part 2. The 60th anniversary celebration and Thor and Hulk's epic rivalry continues in the second installment of the crossover between the Hulk and Thor series. Banner's newfound control of his rage is prolonging the fight more than Thor expected, and with Banner holding his own, Thor must get creative. Odin's breakthrough look into Banner's psyche seems to slow the violence, but will it be enough? Additionally, new creators to the Thor title bring glimpses into the possible futures of Thor and his friends. Okay, so that last sentence is the main reason why I have this book as an honorable mention this week. New creators to the Thor title bring glimpses into the possible futures of Thor and his friends. So there may be something, in Thor lore that for in the future that might be hinted at here, and so this might be worth checking out so that you get a little preview of the stories that are to come, and potentially it may have some spec potential in there as well. In addition, I'm a fan of Donny Cates. I know a lot of people are once again waning on Donny Cates. I still like him a lot. I have not read Banner of War Part 1 yet. I will admit that. So I don't necessarily know how good that story is so far, but I know that I have been looking forward to it. The Thor and Hulk fighting each other for several issues sounds like an entertaining prospect to me. And in the hands of Donny Cates, I expect it to be entertaining. So this looks like it could be an interesting book. Once again, kind of a slow week. So I picked this one as an honorable mention because I think it could have spec potential, and because I do continue to enjoy Donny Cates' work in both Thor and Hulk, and this is a perfect mashup of that. All right, my next honorable mention is a new book. It's called Duo, issue number 1 of a 6-issue limited series. This is from DC. Here's the description. When Milestone returned, Reginald Hudlin and Dennis Cowan weren't planning to stop there. Now they welcome you to a whole new realm of original characters extending far beyond Dakota. Welcome to Earth M. Nanotech engineers Dr. Kelly Vu and David Kim are committed to only one thing more than each other: using their regenerative nanobots to save the world. And following a violent attack, those very same nanobots end up saving David and Kelly's lives. Sort of. Their salvation comes with an unexpected consequence. Husband and wife awaken to realize that they now share one superpowered body. Writer Greg Pak and artist Khoi Pham team up to introduce 2 thrilling new superheroes in the body of one, with the power of billions of nanobots. But how close is too close, with the love of your life literally in your head? And what happens when a couple so closely bound discovers they have very different ideas about how their newfound powers should be used? Okay, so first off, I want to say this book could have very easily been my pick of the week this week. The only reason I didn't make this my pick of the week is because I have not heard anybody saying anything about it at all. That I find quite remarkable. This is a new title and new superheroes in DC. This should be noteworthy. There should be a lot of people talking about this. But I have personally, and I'm not constantly absorbing comic book information, but I feel like I absorb enough that I'm surprised that I haven't heard more about this. It wasn't until I started doing research for this video that I even realized that this book exists. So I'm a little bit wondering why that is, and it's definitely tempering my excitement for this book. But once again, that being said, this is a new title from DC. These are new characters from DC. DC is a big deal in the comic books world, just in case you didn't know that already. So this is kind of sort of a big deal, and something that's worth noting and paying attention to. In addition, the concept sounds pretty great. Two scientists working in nanobot technology have something horrible to them, and the nanobots save their lives by fusing the two of them together, I guess kind of a la The Fly, a little Grundlefly action, Brundlefly. But that's kind of pretty cool, and now the two of them together are this super-powered character, and the fact that it alludes to the fact that even though they are married, they have different ideas and different perspectives on how to proceed with these superpowers. So that's an interesting, inherent conflict that this new superpowered character has. So I find it interesting from a premise perspective. I find it interesting from a speculation perspective. And like I said, this could very easily be my Just One Book Pick of the Week, but it's just an honorable mention. But it's an honorable mention that I think everybody really needs to be paying attention to and be aware of, and something to consider picking up this week. All right, that's all of my honorable mentions, and it brings us now to the one book that I would buy this week. If I could buy just one book. Now, once again, this is the one book that I would buy if I could buy just one book. And that book is House of Slaughter, issue number 6 from Boom Studios. Here's the description. Edwin Slaughter is one of the Scarlet Masks, the secret bookkeepers of the Order of St. George. He's enamored with stories of ancient hunters, as well as those in his midst. He only gets to write the stories and never live them himself, though. That is, until what starts out as standard reconnaissance for the Order turns Edwin's world upside down. There's a legendary monster in America, one long thought extinct. It's taken the lives of countless children, bringing Edwin into the field for the first time, and into real danger. Along with a new story arc comes a new creative team. Acclaimed writer Sam Johns of Punchline and The Joker fame joins James Tynan IV as co-writer, and up-and-coming artist Letizia Cadonici makes her highly anticipated American comics debut, joined by series veteran Werther Dell'Edera as co-artists. Okay, so those of you who watch my videos week after week, and I appreciate you all so much, thank you so much for that, know what a big fan I am of Something is Killing the Children. So that is definitely a huge factor influencing my decision to have House of Slaughter issue number 6 to be my Just One Book Pick of the Week. That being said, I have to admit, the first 5 issues of House of Slaughter, for me, left a lot to be desired. They were nowhere near as good as the stories that I've read in Something is Killing the Children. It was interesting. It was worthwhile in that it was more world building in the world of Something is Killing the Children. But House of Slaughter, in and of itself, as its own title, has been a little bit of a letdown. Not so exciting or entertaining. But not horrible either. And not a title that I am willing to give up on yet. In addition, House of Slaughter is still part of the world of Something is Killing the Children. A world which I enjoy very, very much. And with this 6th issue this upcoming week, we are starting a new story arc. We are leaving behind everything from issues 1 through 5, and we are starting a new focus on a new primary character, this Edwin Slaughter. And we're going to see where the story goes looking at him. For those of you that don't know, in Something is Killing the Children, the House of Slaughter is a group which our hero in Something is Killing Children, Erica Slaughter, is a member of. They are a monster killing house that has several different sects in it. There are black masks like Erica Slaughter. There are white masks that hunt in groups, hunt monsters in groups. There are blue masks, and that I forget exactly what they do. And there's a bunch of different colors. Edwin Slaughter is a member of the Scarlet Mask, the secret bookkeepers of the Order of St. George. So this is a story about a character who basically spends his time in places like libraries and behind a desk, writing out what has happened as far as what the hunters do to kill the monsters. And now he's in a position where he is going to have to fight some monsters, it seems. And that could be really kind of interesting. What is somebody who was not trained to be a hunter going to do when forced to, kill some monsters? I think it could be an interesting character. I think it could be a cool story. It is a first appearance in the world of Something is Killing the Children. So if you are optimistic at all for the future of Something is Killing the Children, either probably as a television series, then the spec potential for this issue is strong. So even if you didn't like House of Slaughter to date, I would advise you to at least come back and give it another chance here with issue number 6, because I think it could be a cool story with cool new characters from a fantastic story opportunity in the world of Something is Killing the Children. And for all of those reasons, that is why House of Slaughter issue number 6 is my just one book pick for this week. All right, those are the books I wanted to talk about this week. As always, I appreciate it so much to those of you who hit the like button. Thank you so much. I think I've gotten it up to like 15 likes last week. Let's see if we can get to 16 likes this week. In addition, if you haven't already subscribed, I invite you to subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell. I'm going to be getting a shipment of a 9/8 pre-screen back from CGC this upcoming week. So I'll be making a video. I'm so glad to finally get some of my own books back from CGC. So look forward to that video coming up soon. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.